Hello and welcome to live studio from Tech at Barcelona for SAP. My name is Christian Blumhoff. I'm part of the Global Center of Excellence for Analytics, and with me is the head of technology and Leonardo and analytics for pre-sales, Eva van der Sar.
Yeah, thank you.
How are you doing, Eva?
I'm doing very well, thank you, Christian.
We're hearing so much about intelligence and intelligent analytics, and some people get confused about what all of this stuff is and how it hangs together. Can you help us a little bit out and show us a little bit?
Yeah, of course, let's have a look. So what I've done, I just took a piece of data and I just dragged and dropped it onto the application, which brings me over here, and I select order value, and I could easily, for example, say I want to have a look at, let's say, dates, for example, and you will see that the application automatically recognizes date structures. It has this smart transformation stuff in there, and I could, for example, also have a look at these segments. Let's quickly click that. So over here you see now my order value per segment, and I could say, well, I'm interested in that. Let's bring that to a little bit of analytics space. So you see that graph over here. I can do anything with it. Drag it and drop it. But what gets really interesting, Christian, the Analytics Cloud product today comes more and more with smart features. So I could easily bring them in and say, well, can you tell me a little bit, I see this split and all that stuff over here, can you tell me a little bit how that is correctly set up? And it automatically does that for me. Even stronger, I can nowadays, I am not required anymore just to create my graph. I could simply type the question like you Google over here and say to the product, show me what that is, and you will see that it automatically starts analyzing. So if I like this analysis over here, I just bring that to my graph, put that over here again, and say, well, tell me a little bit why this certain bike has this high order value or a little bit lower one. Well, explain me how that works. And that is what you see, Christian, coming up over here. It automatically generates all these elements for me, which I can click, and it uses the embedded smart algorithms.
Okay, so that tells me a lot about smarts.
Yeah.
What does that mean to the end user when this type of capability is at their fingertips?
Yeah, it's a very good and very important question. I think this is all about the discussion about how to win your end users. Yeah, so imagine that your end users, that you can provide them with the capabilities of the analytics, helping you, the software helping you to analyze and understand the data, and that's exactly what you see happening over here.
Fantastic. Yeah. So, on the other hand, I'm quite lazy.
Yeah.
I would love to have things even more intelligent than that. I would like to just do a one click and everything automatically falls into place. You know, I'm unrealistic, of course.
I hear your question, I hear you.
Is there anything more where I can use the technology to say, well, why can't you give me a first cut of everything?
Got it. Well, that's very interesting what you see over here. If I go to one of the tools options, an element over here that's embedded is Smart Discovery. And what it does, it picks up your data set and it asks you what type of metric you're interested in analyzing. And let's use that same metric over here, order value. And what you see, this is just one click, Christian.
Yes.
It is automatically building up my analysis, but not
what,
just
the whole analysis.
Thing. Yeah, the whole thing is automatically embedded. And what makes it very interesting, as part of this build-up, there is a correlation algorithm running, and I will show you that. What it does, as you can see coming up, so the whole analysis is created for me. So it's almost done. You can see this was around 20 seconds, I guess.
Yeah.
I get my full analytics done for me with a histogram, with time series, with automated embedded forecasting algorithms running in there. And if we go over here, and this is very interesting, I can say
key influences.
Yes, the key influencers, and what it does, it's a correlation algorithm running in the background, basically saying this is what contributes the most towards your order value in this case. And that is very, very, very powerful.
Wow, that's fantastic. So that's great for the end user. I think for end users, that's a fantastic insight, right? But then there are builders, right? There are people who are actually having to design the applications maybe for intelligent applications, analytics applications for the for the end users, right? A much more structured exploration of the data. People who might have used Design Studio in the past for analytics. What have we done in that area?
Yeah, you're correct. So this is especially also interesting for the end users, for those people really focusing on developing around analytics. Let's have a look at what we recently launched with the application App Design. So App Design is an application that basically embeds the previous designer and design studio coding in there. It works with the composites providers, and you can basically create and build a full application with interactivity fully yourself, and even use the same coding and scripting language as you were used to with designer.
Wow.
Question. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I'm a designer and I'm taking this to the next level, I obviously want to know what the differences are. What are the advantages of using this over other tools? So again, what is in there for the user really from a difference maker?
Well, what makes App Design very strong is that as of the launch, we immediately embedded the BI capabilities as well as the planning capabilities.
Also
as
with
well
planning.
as correct, completely end-to-end, as well as the smart predict capabilities. So you as a developer have a complete environment used similar as you were used to with Designer and Design Studio to build up an application, build in interactivity, and even create APIs and use APIs to third-party applications.
Wow, okay, so if I can wrap this up sort of in analytics as a process, what you're showing me here is that I can connect, I can start to analyze, I can then plan, and then I can re-embed my understanding as a single process. So I can do the whole analytics process from discovery all the way through to embedded value generation in one environment without data replication, without having to think about everything. The prediction is in there, the analytics, deep analytics is in there. The whole process is covered in one go?
Yeah, absolutely spot on. And that's also why we use this technology more and more to embed it into our core applications question, like success factors coming up, like Concur, and all the other core applications of SAP. This is really the future, and this is what we are using in our intelligent enterprise stories.
Evert, thank you very much for your time.
Pleasure,
I really
Christian.
enjoyed it. This is goodbye from sunny Barcelona for now. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.